Live at 8. Let's see what we hate. It is time for offer review. And as always, before we get started with the offers, we are going to hop right on over to Reddit and see what is on everyone's mind. First things first, why can't we get an option to auto entire Blitz roster with the touch of a button? So, don't know where we are with this, but I am relatively certain that we're never going to get an auto entire Blitz roster at a touch of a button for multiple reasons. So, one, we're all very aware that anytime, every single day at 5 o'clock, when everybody switches over to the new offers into the store, the website takes a bit of a dump and struggles significantly. And that's a website that is not, there's nothing really extraordinary on the website as far as the mechanics of it. You know, it's a relatively basic website that has all of our goodies in it, but it takes a dump. Now, imagine everybody at the exact same time doing a raid all or a blitz all function that does everybody's 50 attacks all at once on a 15-year-old server that or not server but platform that Marvel Strike Force is built off of. It will explode. So that's option. That's reason one why it's not going to happen. I personally don't believe that it can take the pounding. It's just not very. It's not very versatile, and it's too old to really do anything. Now, secondly, it comes to the mind of it's also not an answer, because a blitz all button is only going to make the rich richer. The biggest accounts that are completely maxed out now only have to touch a button, and they don't have to do blitz. And now keep in mind that most Krakens and high whales don't blitz at all. They do the bare minimum for the blitz, the ladder, the progression ladder, or whatever it is, for each blitz that comes out, and then they stop. And then any events that involve blitzing, half of them, if not all of them, just buy their way through those events as opposed to having to actually do the blitz. Now, if they've only got to push a button, they're going to push a button. Everybody's happy to just push an easy button and move on. Now, on top of that, that brings us to the third issue with the blitz all, and that is, I actually don't remember what the third issue is, but I had 3 points for this. I just don't remember what the third one is. Beta, do you remember what my third point was for the blitz all button?
No, I only remember the two.
Maybe it was only two. Anywho, hopefully it doesn't happen. And I remember my third point. Sorry. So the third comes down to screen time, and screen time is a really important aspect of mobile games in particular. And most mobile games want as much screen time as possible. And now, that being said, quality screen time is what people are really shooting for, and blitzing isn't quality screen time. So there's 3 issues. If you do get rid of blitz, you lose screen time. You're going to blow up the servers, and the people that are going to win are the highest TCPs in the game. Moving along, I think there have been a lot of positive changes, says Bishop. Scopely's not perfect, but keep up the good work. Positive, meaningful steps in the right direction. Context, gold increase, farmability, putting recent release characters in battle passes as opposed to useless tunes. Well, with the exception of Emma. She's not useless, but she's definitely not recent. ISO campaign improvements, prompt admitting of being wrong and pretty quickly compensating us. Yeah, so I agree with all of these points. I'm actually really happy with the direction of the game, with the exception of what was absolutely the buggiest patch that I can remember ever happening since I've played the game. They made a big mistake. Last week I think it was, actually came out and apologized and gave everybody reasonable compensation for the mistake. It was a really great thing to do. Crucible being broken sucked. And that initial fix and saying that we're not going to we're not going to get rolled back to where we were previously when everybody just took it as an off week and practiced and threw shit at the wall, sucked. But they said why they couldn't do it. They said why they couldn't do it. They said they're sorry, and they compensated everybody for it in a more than fair compensation, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm really happy with all the positive changes, and I hope the majority of people are as well. And then, is it safe to say we probably have a new best city team for Dark Dimension? Cloak, Dagger, Shang-Chi, Hardlight, Ms. Marvel, and Robbie. I think it is safe to say that we've got a new best city team. I know Beta and I tested Ms. Marvel last week. We'll be testing Robbie this week, along with testing Black Cat, and then we will be doing some rather significant updates to the city and non-horseman legendary nodes in particular. Those are going to be relatively significant. What I'm hearing about Robbie is he's absolutely crushing it. Big drawback for Robbie specifically is he is another Mystic character. Miss Marvel Hardlight, however, is a mutant character, and there is not a huge need for mutant characters for any of the Dark Dimension up to this point. And of course, Cloak and Dagger is still wrecking folks. Shang-Chi, I think that's where we're going to get into discussion of what's the best fifth option as far as your best team. But ultimately, like with all Dark Dimension, from the beginning of Marvel Strike Force, it is going to be roster dependent based on how those characters are built up and where you have them with yellow stars and red stars. And it is also going to be dependent on the materials that you have. So there's going to be significant resource management to all Dark Dimension from DD1 to DD6 and beyond. That's always going to be an issue when it comes to Dark Dimension. All right, so now let's hop on over to offer review, not roster review, offer review. Here we go. First things first, Time Heist is still there. Time Heist is what it is. And then we've got the dual Ghost Rider Robbie offer, the second set of new offers, or maybe this is the third set of the new character offers that are out. He's been out for a week now. Red Stars just went away. He is super powerful. He's already making a dent in Arena, and that's without Black Cat. Like I said, he's also making a dent in Dark Dimension for a number of players. So he is a very good character. These offers are as trash as they look, but he's still super important. Daily dual remarkable red stars. So 900 silver credits for $5. That sucks. 150 gold promos for $19.99. It doesn't suck. However, I'm not sure if the offer's still there, but there's a calendar offer for $50, and you get like 400 million bazillion gold promo credits.
Yeah,
3,000. Yeah, is it still there? Okay, so that's still there. So significantly better offer. I believe it's 3,000 to be specific, and it is $50. And just a really remarkable source for those gold promo for being able to upgrade characters that you want. And the better question is, so there's two questions. Should you get the offer? Probably, depending on your roster. But the better question is, why is the offer there? And obviously, there's rampant speculation that there is a new upgrade system coming into the game. And I'm not going to speculate on what it is. I don't know. I haven't been told privately. There's no NDA. I don't have anything from Scopely. But there's reasonable speculation that it's coming. And the primary reason for the speculation that it's coming is the in-game players don't have much more to really do. The characters that have been around since day one and have welled and crackened out have nearly their entire rosters up to 7 red, and if those people aren't buying offers, then the company's not being as productive as it once was. So there's got to be a reason for all of these coming into the game. And for me in particular, I'm going to keep getting these and try and max out as many characters to 7 red as I can, especially with the continued focus, thanks in large part to the Players Council, in not the rehashing, oh Lord, what's it called? When they take old characters and make them better. The
reworks.
The reworks. There we go. Thank you. So with all the reworks that have been coming on, having high red stars is always going to be beneficial to you. At the value that they're putting on these gold promo credits right now, I'm a big fan, and I'm going to keep getting those. Well, I'm not going to get this offer. The calendar isn't trash. It's a good deal. All right, so moving along, and again, previous, I used to give the valuation. I looked at 10 gold promo credits for $5. So when you look at that, that's a $20 offer would be 40 gold promo credits, and you're getting an additional 110 on top of that. If you take that valuation and put it on the calendar, it's an absurd value. Next up, we've got Vengeful Visage, 180 shards for $100. I absolutely despise just the full shard offers. However, from a pure valuation standpoint, it's not pure valuation standpoint. From a comparative standpoint to offers with a few shards and a lot of orbs, typically people are getting slightly better value with the guaranteed pulls versus the orbs. Personally, I still like the orbs. I think it's fun to open orbs and see what you get. I like doing scratch off lotteries here and there. That's sort of what you're buying, except you win game stuff as opposed to actual money. Anywho, moving along, $9.99 for 15 shards of Sylvie. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I think they think because there's 500 silver promo credits that people are like, oh, that's great, but 15 shards isn't anything. It's not helping me. It's not helping most people. But if it helps you, go for it. Back to these offers. I hate these offers with a passion. I'm not a fan of buying milestone credits, and of course 2 red stars. I mean, at best it's $1.50, so that's $3 value, so $12 for 6,000 milestone points, whatever. Daily energized orb. So these, I believe, are the Miss Marvel thingies. Obviously, Miss Marvel is super amazing. She's obviously great for Arena. She's great. She's going to be great in. She's going to be great in Cosmic Crucible in various locations, especially I believe it's room 5 right now because she is a mutant character, so she does share with Unlimited, for example. And then she is absolutely spectacular in Dark Dimension 6. Absolutely spectacular in Dark Dimension 6. She is hard carrying me currently, and anybody that's not being hard carried by her probably doesn't have enough red stars. I'm not sure why. And
she's also going to be good starting this week in the Alliance War changes.
Oh yeah. So of course we've got the new Alliance War changes that are going in this week. Thank you, Beta. Where mutants are going to be heavily. I mean, they're not getting quite the Black Order treatment, but they are getting a version of the Black Order treatment where they're going to be much better with all the new room buffs that are coming out for them. I don't want to talk about the rest of this shit. This is all trash. Speaking of trash, 5 to 7 red stars of Cersei and Icarus, and it's just for 1, right? So equal chance of either of this for this character. So you get a chance at one of these, but don't worry, you could get it 10 fucking times. $25. I need that to be guaranteed 6 or 7 of both, and that's where that valuation is going to stand. Anything less than that obviously would be great, but not for 1, and you can take that 5 and shove it right up your... Anywho, Bionic Avengers, this just in, they fucking suck everywhere now. All right, so gold promo credit offer, $30, $250. Again, $50. You get 3,000 in the calendar that's currently out there. Mega orbs suck. Legacy 2 orbs. All right, so this doesn't suck. So this is like 500k gold for $5. So if that's important to you, on top of if you're a new player, you know, there's characters in there that you may want. So it's not horrible. This is horrible. Still horrible. All trash, 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 trash. All right, and that brings us to the end of this offer review. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you and on top of liking and subscribing, if you also share this video, you too will become the very special owner of a one-of-a-kind 8 red star